through the city, the scenes were unforgettable. Millions of people lined the streets. Yes, millions. People had gathered on sidewalks, on bridges, on balconies, and on rooftops. They waved flags. They held up signs. They screamed her name. There were children who had skipped school to watch. There were elderly people who had been brought in wheelchairs. There were entire communities that had come together to witness history. And Eala waved to all of them. She smiled. She waved. She blew kisses. She even got emotional a few times. The love of her people was something that she had never experienced before. The motorcade made several stops along the way. At each stop, Eala got off the bus and greeted the crowd. She shook hands. She posed for photos. She signed autographs. She even played a few rallies with some young fans who had brought their rackets. One moment stood out above all others. At a stop in Rizal Park, a young girl ran up to Eala and gave her a handwritten letter. The letter said, "You are my idol. I want to be like you someday. I am 8 years old and I love tennis. Thank you for inspiring me." Eala read the letter and broke down in tears. She hugged the girl and whispered something in her ear. We later found out that she said, "You will be better than me. I believe in you." That moment captured the essence of the entire homecoming. It was not just about Alex Eala. It was about the next generation. It was about inspiring young Filipinos to dream big. It was about showing them that anything is possible. Now, let us address the elephant in the room. Alex Eala did not win Wimbledon. She did not win a trophy. She did not even reach the final. So why did Manila welcome her like a true champion? The answer is simple, because being a champion is about more than just winning trophies. First, she fought with heart. Eala gave everything she had on the court. She fought for every point. She never gave up. She showed the world what it means to be a true fighter. Second, she inspired a nation. Eala's Wimbledon run inspired millions of Filipinos. She showed them that they can achieve anything if they believe in themselves. Third, she made history. Eala reached the quarterfinals of Wimbledon, the deepest run by any Filipino player in history. She put the Philippines on the global tennis map. Fourth, she represented the Filipino spirit. Eala's journey is a reflection of the Filipino spirit, resilient, determined, and never giving up. She embodied everything that Filipinos are proud of. Fifth, she connected with the people. Eala has always been humble and grounded. She has never forgotten where she came from. She has always carried the Philippines in her heart. Sixth, she gave hope. In a country that faces many challenges, Eala gave Filipinos something to celebrate. She gave them hope for a brighter future. Seventh, she proved that success is not just about trophies. Success is about the impact you have on others. And Eala's impact on the Filipino people is immeasurable. That is why Manila welcomed her like a champion. Because in the eyes of the Filipino people, she is a champion, trophy or no trophy. To truly understand the magnitude of this homecoming, you have to hear the stories of the fans. These were not just casual fans. These were people who had been touched by Alex Eala's journey. First, there was Maria Santos, a 45-year-old mother of 3. Maria had flown in from the province the night before. She had no idea when Eala would arrive. All she knew was that she wanted to be there. She said, "I have been following Alex since she was 15 years old. I have watched every single match. She has given me so much happiness. I just wanted to thank her in person." Then there was Juan Carlos, a 28-year-old tennis coach. Juan Carlos said, "When I saw Alex Eala rise through the rankings, I felt like I was rising with her. She made me proud of my Filipino heritage. She made me believe that I could achieve anything. I had to be here." And then there was 8-year-old Sophia. Sophia was with her parents. She was wearing a tiny tennis outfit and holding a handmade sign that read, "Alex, I want to be like you." When Eala saw Sophia, she knelt down, hugged her, and whispered something in her ear. We later learned that she said, "You are going to be a champion someday. I believe in you." Sophia's mother was in tears. She said, "This is the most beautiful moment of my daughter's life. She will never forget this." And then there was the elderly man, about 70 years old. He had come all the way from the province. He was a former tennis player himself. He had been a fan of the sport for decades. He said, "I have seen a lot of tennis players in my lifetime. I have seen legends. I have seen champions. But I have never seen a player with the heart and character of Alex Eala. She is special. And I wanted to be here to tell her that." When Eala met the elderly man, she gave him a big hug. It was a moment of pure connection, two people from different generations, different backgrounds, and different circumstances, brought together by their love for tennis and their pride in being Filipino. That is the magic of sports. That is the magic of Alex Eala. The homecoming was a celebration of the past, but it was also a look into the future. First, it showed the power of sports to unite. Filipinos from all walks of life came together to celebrate Alex Eala. They forgot their differences. They put aside their problems. They celebrated as one. Second, it inspired the next generation. Young Filipinos watched the homecoming and saw what is possible. They saw that they too can achieve greatness. Third, it strengthened the tennis community. Eala's success has brought more attention to tennis in the Philippines. More kids are playing. More coaches are coaching. More tournaments are being held. Fourth, it created a legacy. Eala is not just building a career. She is building a legacy.